Okay, sounds.
Hi, I'm Ginger. I'm here with Nancy Bauder, candidate for Leavenworth City Commission. Nancy, tell us, what's your motivation for seeking office?
Um, I've served my community my whole life. I have served in several different capacities, but I feel like being on the city commission puts me in the closest contact with being able to do good in my community. Um, we are our elections, our local elections are the most important. We get the lowest turnout, on that election, but they are the most important because I mean we're taking care of the police, the fire, the services that affect you the closest to your community. And I get phone calls all the time. I enjoy getting them and trying to solve problems. And if I were not on the commission, I would hope that, the commissioners would do that for me. So I guess that's my main motivation. I want to make our community a better place, a place where people want to live, where people want to raise their children, and where they want to work. So those are my motivations.
Well, it sounds like you've kind of hit on my second question. What's your vision for the city commission? So if you want to elaborate with any challenges or opportunities.
City Commission, well, we have a lot of opportunities. Our tax base, because we have a lot of questions about taxes and about property taxes and sales taxes, and because of our economic development that we've done in the last few years, that has increased our sales tax, but we still have the day-to-day things that are paid for by property tax, are the police and fire, payroll for our city employees, the trash pickup, the refuse, everything, and infrastructure, some of the infrastructure that's falling in. And so those are some of the challenges. I think the opportunities, as we've got, a business park that's very actively, recruiting businesses here. The businesses we recruit are those we want to provide good jobs for people and to be able to live a good life here. Also, that good jobs that will, and plus they need to be able to pay property taxes. The businesses pay property taxes. So we have so much government property around here that doesn't pay taxes. And so it puts the onus on our general citizenry here to support that. So, we're trying to look at all opportunities to do that. I am. So.
Okay. Tell us about your record of community involvement.
Well, I've served on United Way for several years. I worked in the medical field for over 30 years and then retired here. I worked in Kansas City most of the time, but I also worked at both the hospitals we used to have here and a couple of clinics. So, I'm really familiar with people who live in the community and some of the needs in the community. And I really feel like some of my my accomplishments, my strengths on that were when before I even got on the commission 8 years ago, it was determined by a community, a large community group, that the biggest need was transportation. So I've worked for the last 8 years to make that happen. We did not get buy-in from the county and other cities right off, but the city of Leavenworth and our commission, we got that going. So now we're serving over 1,000 rides a month in that program that just started a few months ago. I'm really proud of that because that provides people rides to work, and if people can get rides to work and rides to the doctor and rides to where they need to be, then they're going to be more productive and less likely to be homeless, less likely to be struggling. So that's one of my accomplishments, I think. Another is before I started with the commission 8 years ago, we had really no hotels in Leavenworth. And now, because of work of our commission, and because I was so dedicated to having good quality places for people to stay, we now have 5 hotels, which provides transient guest tax, which is a whole nother tax that we didn't have before. And that helps pay for things, signage and things that help bring people into our community, and which generates more sales tax. So that it's, that's been a really positive thing. I feel like having the hotels and having other businesses come in. Of course, we always are lobbying or looking for new businesses to come in. Then one of the things that I've been really strongly working on is lobbying Washington, D.C. to have our bridge replaced, and have a new prison. The old prison is just, I've toured it a couple of times. It is just not safe. It's just not functional at this time. And so I'm really happy to say that, I didn't do it. I mean, we all did it, but I think I have to give the credit to Senator Moran for really pushing that through at the federal level to get that going. So this will continue to provide good quality jobs. That's where I come from. My father, grandfather, and uncle all were federal prison employees. So we all are here, for from something to do with the government, it seems like. But anyway, that's where my family came from. So I know they provided good jobs for us in a community here. So I think one of the things that I'm really proud of, we have a wonderful rental coordinator at the city. It's a new position. Of course, it cost us a little more to get that, but we have someone in that position who actually works with half our town is rental. Half our town is rental, and there's a lot of issues with that. We have a lot of owners who don't live here, and to make them responsible, we needed to have someone, in the city that knows the rules and regulations, that works with rental companies and with renters to be able to assure that they get good quality rental housing here in Leavenworth. So that's been a really exciting thing that I've strongly supported and worked toward. One of the sister, Vicki Perkins, ran that before, and it just was difficult for her to do that. So this is something that the city is expert at doing. So we're really glad to have that. I know some people say parks aren't important, but I disagree. I think having the splash pad was just a really great thing to have. I've supported that. Over the years, I have supported increasing activity at Havens Park. They laugh at me, they call me the Havens bathroom queen, but I think that we needed a bathroom at Havens Park so to get more use. And we've got a lot more tournaments and biking and hiking tournaments and running and different things in the park that we didn't have before. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that. And that is just a quality of life issue that is very important. And, other than putting in the bathroom, it's not costing us a lot. We already have the property. We make it, keep it up, make it look nice. We have volunteers that help with that as well. So I think that's a real good benefit to our community. And then, some of our economic development are, we try to fix all of our roads and that, but we have some very, very good companies in our community. And one of them is Hankey Manufacturing, which is out on Wilson Avenue. And that road, I used to work part-time for the former owner of that. And I know how difficult that road was to get in and out for the equipment there. So one of the things we're looking at in upcoming is to fix that road, so that, because they are growing their company there. And if we provide them good roads, they will grow their company. And that is so important. I'm back to economic development again, but I feel like it's very important. I feel like I'm a good steward of the tax dollars. I study everything that we spend money on. Of course, our biggest expense is salaries and healthcare for our employees. But I think we provide a good living for our employees, and we need to pay them what they're worth, because we're so close to Kansas City, and we tend to lose employees, especially police and firemen, to Kansas City. So we need to pay them what they're due, and a living wage, so that they will stay here. So those are some of the things that I feel strongly about, that I've worked on over the last 8 years, and in the future I want to continue to do more of that.
Okay. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Take a second. I'll probably think of 10 things after I get off the
Always the way.
Well,
I just feel I just feel that our commission, it's important for us to be nonpartisan. And I have declared myself unaffiliated ever since the last 4 or 5 years, because I believe that we need to be unaffiliated. I need to be unaffiliated. I need to be not political. I feel our commission takes care of the people in our community, and we shouldn't let big money come in and try to influence our political atmosphere. And I believe that it's important to cut taxes, but it's important to be good stewards of the tax dollars, and we need to make sure that everything is running right. So I guess that's what I needed to add to that. We need to work with the state to get our property values down, because they've gone out of sight, and myself included. I mean, my property value has doubled, even though I know I could never sell it for that much, and other people are really struggling with that. So my goal in the next year or so is to really lobby our state legislature to work to not have those huge spikes in our property valuations. So I know it's complicated, but that is important to do. We need to all work together. I mean, our city works hard to keep our taxes under control, our county government and our school districts, but the state needs to work with us on this too, so that we can all do better on our taxes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Nancy.
All right, thank you. Now, what